I had a very profound, I'm not going to use that word. I guess I say revelation. And it came with grief because of the understanding of the world. It it was a mutual understanding, but it really hit me last night when I was looking at photos of my parents when I was a little kid, like early 2000s. And you just see like looks fade. It's we get beaten and battered by the world, and the same way me going to that wedding makes me think of, well, what about my future wedding? Those pictures of how not too long ago I was 4, 3, 5, 2, just born, riding my bicycle, pushing the little tights cart or whatever, the wagon, above my on my dad sitting on my dad's traps while he mowed the grass or something. The old Blazer. I want that Blazer back. That thing was clean. Alloy wheels were clean. I had, oh my gosh, the taste development for me. I want that back, and it's coming back with a Can V8. Anyways, I'm just thinking to myself, like, it's just about time. It's not about these materialistic things. I know I talk about my goals. I know I have, like, this nice, fancy, smanchy reminder of, oh, I want a BMW soon, and I just want time, mostly. And that's what I think is very misunderstood with this space, is that this world is fading. Us and our wealth accumulation is by definition grasping the wind, trying to grab the wind. Nothing matters except God and relationships, because that's all that's staying. The only thing moving on to eternity is our souls. Who are you going to meet in heaven? Where are you going to spend your eternity? And it's very profound and scary, and I'm thinking to myself, like, we blink, and then my parents are 60, 61. I'm 19. I'm going to blink. I'm going to be 30 with a family and children probably. And then I'm going to blink, and they're going to be in their hormonal stages and their attitudes developed. And I'm going to blink, and they're going to be out the house and out of my hands and in the real world. And I'm going to be faded. And I'm not going to have my looks. And I'm, like I did cry last night. And it's that Ecclesiastes frame of mind. And I literally, that's what it reminded me of. I picked up my Bible last night and I wrote it down. I'll read you my journal. Maybe I will. But the last verse of the first chapter of Ecclesiastes, I was like, oh yeah, I should start reading a chapter a day at night, because I read a chapter in the morning of Proverbs. Here's my journal entry. July 26th. I'm scared of the underlying grief of this world. And then that's when I searched in here and read. I wrote, wow. I just opened my Bible and went and read the first chapter of the last verse of, first chapter. I didn't mention Ecclesiastes. I should mention that. This is the verse. I just said verse. There's no T, Jake. For in much wisdom is much grief, and he who increases knowledge increases sorrow. And then I say, I'm scared of not telling the truth to my parents. I'm scared of putting my head down too long, waiting too long before I work on the relationships and make sure I know that I love them, and even though they are flawed, they are enough. I'm kind of freestyling with this, but I saw my baby and kid pictures that my parents have faded. They've been beaten and battered by this world. Blink, you're 30 with kids, a spouse. Blink, their hormones are here. Blink, they're gone out into this world at this very age I'm writing this at, 19. I don't have time. Everything is so limited. I have to step up and be a leader for this household. We need Bible studies. And the biggest grief you can hold is like to know Jesus and to not be sure that someone is going to heaven. Because that kind of hopelessness, suffering with no escape, it doesn't make sense to me. It does, but like, and we throw around hell, obviously, it's culture, but it isn't about this. But I want my time, and I should be working harder, and I should, as I said, I don't want to keep my head down too long. I'm either going to pay with the suffering now or get consumed by the interest of regret. This is not something you procrastinate with. We all have wealths, different wealths. Maybe you have an arm. Maybe you have 2 arms. Maybe you have eyesight. Maybe you have parents, friends, youth. And it's very overlooked. And all of our endeavors are just time's ticking, and it doesn't really... It's almost like everything's a waste. Grasping the wind. Any endeavor. And I know, like, I haven't got there yet recently, but I have in the past read Ecclesiastes, and he was talking about, like, the most important thing is our relationships and such. So, this took a turn. I actually recorded myself not introspecting, but going over how I was feeling last night. I'll put that in side footage as an unlisted video, but hope you have a wonderful day. Love you. Jesus loves you. Build your momentum. Start off small. Build your willpower and start increasing your capacity, adding to this snowball of momentum. I have a bit of discipline and self-worth and a weight to my word of keeping my word to myself, a trust in myself, which that in itself is self-worth. I need to learn how to focus, though. I need to be sitting at this desk. One work block, that's 3 hours. Next work block, another, 3 hours. Like, whatever it takes. I need to be doing the work. There's no other way, really, to get my dreams. And part of my dreams is retiring my parents and trying to pay them back the best I can while they're still on this earth. But also, realizing last night, I got to work on the relationships now. It doesn't matter about locations. You either show that you love them or not. Like, imagine a marriage, like there's that saying, our passion has burnt out, or we just don't love each other no more in the marriage. And it's just, love the feeling is the fruit of love the action. And I just got to step up. This household needs Bible studies. I want a securement that everyone's right with God. That would honestly destroy my heart. For one of my parents for me to like not be sure they're going to heaven, and the thought of hell, and them like being that's a very weighty grief. So, peace. Hate to be freaking like emotional and such, but gotta be real for the people. I hope I'm not the only one that thinks this way at my age. You know?